Hello.
Then, now,
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, and welcome to episode number 110 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for ECW the 18th of February 2025. Slowly but surely, we are making our way towards Roadblock. I'm terribly sorry that it's taking so long. I've been busy doing stuff that isn't TEW. A little bit of burnout from the stress of getting to the Rumble and shit, on top of me just having work and shit. But, I've made peace that Mania won't be out on time, so there's that. But yes, tonight we have an ECW Television Championship match kicking off the night. Kevin Owens defends against the former champion, the God, Kyle O'Reilly. And we also have a gauntlet match for the ECW Tag Team Championships, where the Usos will face a number of teams for the gold, plus Roman Reigns is in the building, and he will be here to discuss, his win last week, where he crowned himself as ECW's representative in the upcoming Iron Survivor Challenge, and a whole lot more. So, any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. We do kick the show off with the aforementioned Tribal Chief coming to the ring. And, he's with the wise man's with him. And he comes out, he takes the mic. He goes, "Orlando, Florida. Acknowledge me." Now, last week, your tribal chief graced you with his presence. He came to the ring, and I won that battle royal last week. Because you see, last week, Jimmy and Jay, Dwayne, he made sure they weren't going to be a part of that battle royal because he didn't want them going to WrestleMania to become ECW championship to take the title away from his champion. But man, myself and Warden, we've got a lot of history, and if there's one man who I know I can take that championship from Dwayne's little champion, it's me. So the tribal chief, I marched down to that ring. I tossed everybody's ass out. And I qualified for the Iron Survivor Challenge. Wise man, yes, my tribal chief, goes, "Tell these people about the Iron Survivor Challenge." And Heyman goes, "Well, my tribal chief, the Iron Survivor Challenge, the brainchild of the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, will determine who will go to WrestleMania to challenge for the World Championship of their respective brand. It will feature 2 superstars from Monday Night Raw, 2 from Friday Night SmackDown, of course 1 from ECW, and that 1 from ECW is you, my tribal chief." He goes, "So 5 guys going for my spot. Who else have we got in this match, wise man?" He says, "Well, Roman, my tribal chief, we don't yet know SmackDown's representative. They will be determined this Friday night on SmackDown, but there are a lot of interesting potential names that could qualify for that match, including Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, Swerve Scott, Drew McIntyre, and the one, of course, most interesting to you, my tribal chief, your cousin, Jacob. And from Monday Night Raw, it'll be Switchblade, Jay White, and Cody Rhodes." And Roman sort of just, glares when Cody's name is mentioned. And Roman's like, "It don't matter who it is. It could be my own flesh and blood. It could be one of my greatest rivals. It could be anybody from SmackDown, as well as those guys from Raw. It don't matter, because there's only one man who's going to WrestleMania, who's going to be the Iron Survivor, and it's me. And when I do, provided that my little brother Seth Rollins doesn't choose to face him at WrestleMania, I can put an end to Dwayne's little champion and bring that championship back to the family where it belongs. That's when Warden comes out. Warden goes, Roman, we've done this dance too many times before. Of all the people here on ECW, there are only a handful of men that have your number, Roman, and you know I'm one of them. You see, Dwayne, he knew he couldn't rely on his family to carry this championship and this brand for him, because look what happened last time you were the champion of this brand, Roman. That title fell into the hands of a tag team guy, fell into the hands of your cousin, Jey Uso. And Dwayne, he's told you now, the family has never been more disgraced than being represented by Jey Uso. So anything is better than being represented by Jey Uso. And that's why Dwayne chose me. Because I beat Jey Uso. I beat you. I'm better than every single member of your family. Because family is not gifted to you. Family can be chosen, and Dwayne has chosen his. And Roman just laughs and goes, you know, you have beaten me a couple of times in the past, Warden. I ain't gonna take that away from you. Anybody who can pin my shoulders to the mat, that's a big deal. But I'm just saying, you're looking ahead at your tribal chief. But what you should be worrying about is Roadblock. Because you gotta make it to WrestleMania first, because there's one big SOB back there that I know all too well, who wants to rip your ass in half. Braun's music hits. Braun storms to the ring. Warden meets him on the ramp. They start having a brawl on the ramp. You know, they brawl around ringside again. The barricade gets broken in half this time. This time Warden, spears Braun Strowman through the barricade. Roman just sort of leaves. He watches the chaos that he's ensued. And, the security come out and pull the two big meaty men apart. And, Braun's shouting at Warden saying he's going to beat him for the championship at Roadblock or whatever. And yeah, what a way to win the segment. 98 opening match. The God does wonders once again. But, unfortunately for him, Kevin Owens does pick up the victory. He pins Kyle O'Reilly, 1640 Fever pop-up powerbomb. Dolph Ziggler gets involved. He comes out, Kyle O'Reilly's got Kevin Owens up for a brainbuster. The referee must have taken a bump at this point. He turns around, Dolph Ziggler super kicks. Kyle O'Reilly, he drops Kevin Owens. Kevin picks him up, pop-up powerbomb, and retains the championship. The People's Champion, still the television champion. 78 for KO, 95 for the God, Kyle O'Reilly. And then after the match, KO grabs the belt. Dolph Ziggler's there at ringside, he's watching him on. And Dolph's like, hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. And Owens goes, welcome? Okay, you must have forgot. I won this championship by beating Kyle. Okay? I didn't need your help out here tonight, so I don't need you getting involved in my business. Okay? This is my championship, not yours. And Dolph sort of just smiles as Kevin Owens walks away, just shaking his head. But yeah, he fucks over the God here tonight. We then cut backstage. Braun is pissed off. He goes, where's Warden? Where's Warden? And he bumps into Ava Raine and the Bloodline. She goes, Braun, who are you looking for? He goes, you know damn well who I'm looking for. I'm looking for your dad's little champion. That little bitch, Warden. And Ava goes, well, I actually think you should watch your tongue when you're talking about our World Heavyweight Champion here, Braun. But I heard what you said out there. And you said you wanted Warden at Roadblock. Because that's right. Your little champion. You chose him. You're protecting him. But you can only protect him so much when there's a monster breathing down his neck. He goes, well, the good news is, Braun, that Warden feels the exact same way about you. So, as acting stand-in assistant general manager and, daughter of the big bad board of the directors, the final boss, The Rock, I'm here to announce that at Roadblock, you, Braun Strowman, will challenge Warden for the ECW Championship. Braun just smiles and goes, stupid choice, Ava. Because you've just signed your daddy's little champion's death warrant. And you can explain to him when he shows his face around here again why his champion is a loser. So yeah, Braun, Warden, ECW Championship, Roadblock. Yeah, reinforced the ring, battened out the hatches for that one. So these two big men gonna go at it. 70-way tag match. It probably took a hit because Ava Lawless sprained her ankle, but at least it wasn't, one of the main roster women. Because the quick showcase tag match, Ruby Riott and Hikaru Shida, her new ally, the two Liv Morgan haters, teaming up to beat two NXT girls, Hayden Willis and Ava Lawless. Ruby Riott pinning Ava with a Ruby Riott kick in 5 minutes 43. 80 for Shida, 90 for Ruby, 31 for Ava, 69 for Hayden. And after the match, Ruby takes the microphone. She goes, another week goes by. It's another week where I am out here killing time as the world champion. WrestleMania is on the horizon. And I don't have a challenger. Roman Reigns gets to qualify for the Iron Survivor Challenge despite, the board of directors hating him. But yet when it comes to the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge, we don't get a representative. Why is that? Is it because Heyman and Ava know that there's nobody on this brand capable of taking this championship off me at WrestleMania, so there's not really any point of having me defend it? In which case, I don't appreciate being robbed of a WrestleMania moment and a WrestleMania payday just by being too good at my job. But whatever it is, I've proven over these past few months who I am. I am what I say I am on this roster. I am the top woman here on ECW, and there's nothing anybody can do to change that fact. That's when Florence's music hits and she comes out. Thanks, Strips, I know. And she goes, Ruby, long time no see, huh? Glad to see you're still holding my championship and keeping my championship warm for me. He goes, what do you want, Florence? He goes, you know what I want. Because you're out here yapping and yapping and yapping about having no challengers for your championship. Well, I disagree. Because, as far as I can see, you still need to defend that championship against the former champion, me. I've had these issues with Blair. This is a whole personal thing. But, me and her, we're going to the underground at Roadblock in the UFC Apex. It's going to be a fight, Ruby. And I'm going to finish things between me and her once and for all. And you can best believe, once that's out of the way, you know exactly what I want next. Have fun. And she just walks out and leaves, and Ruby just snarls at her, shaking her head as she walks away. But yeah, I guess unofficially that underground match is a number one contenders match, I guess, because they are the two top challengers for the title. So yeah. We then got back Dolph Ziggler. He's walking through the hallway when Kevin Owens appears. Hey, again, you saw what I did out there. Okay, I don't need you sticking your nose in my business, huh? And Dolph goes, really, Kevin? Because I thought you'd be coming out here to thank me. You sure as hell were struggling against Kyle O'Reilly. And I just made sure you kept a hold of your championship. That's all I did. He goes, I don't need you to make sure I keep a hold of my championship, because I know that these people have my back as champion. You just didn't want to see Kyle O'Reilly become champion, which I understand. I don't like the guy either. But you gotta have faith in me like the people do. Dolph goes, no, it's not that, Kevin. It's that, I want that championship. And, next week, it's gonna finally go down. The Paragon, Undisputed Era, 4v4, 8-man tag team match. And once the Paragon cement their dominance next week, I've made it perfectly clear what's next for us. Championship glory, Kevin. So you can walk around here thinking the people anointed you as champion, because that can only get you so far when you get kicked in the face. And old DZ stands over you once again, champion here on ECW. And he walks off, and Kevin's like, fine. If that's how you think it's going to go, then yeah, be my guest. Just make sure you beat Adam Cole next week, because I don't like that guy. I don't like you either, but I like that guy even less than you. So yeah, next week, big main event. It is the 8-man tag team match. The Paragons, Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro, and the Fritz brothers taking on Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era. And there it is, next week. We've got a big gauntlet left, so we are already nearly, kind of, technically towards the end of the show, even though we have got half the show left. Yes, the big 8-man tag team main event, as just mentioned, the Undisputed Era and the Paragon. I guess I say finally settle the score, but this probably won't be it between hostilities between the two teams. But, yes, David Fritz, Kevin Fritz, Cesaro, and Dolph Ziggler against Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong. Next week, an 8-man tag team match here on ECW. Plus, the new $1 million champion, Kathy Cool, will defend her championship for the first time in her $1 million championship challenge. It's not literal like Sasha's. This is the $1 million opportunity, she branded it. And we'll see who steps up to challenge her for that. Plus, breaking news coming from the GM's office. It is now official at Roadblock. The ECW World Championship will be on the line as the champion, Warden, faces off against the monster among men, Braun Strowman, for the ECW World Championship in Vegas before Vegas at Roadblock. We then see Roman and Heyman, walking through the hallway, and as they go to leave, Roman saws up. He goes, "Wise man." He goes, "Yes, my tribal chief." "You still run things around here, right?" Heyman goes, "As far as I'm aware, my tribal chief, yes." He goes, "Next week, I'll be back here. You tell everybody in that Iron Survivor Challenge they're all invited to my show. Before Roadblock, I want to see each and every one of them. I want to see whoever gets in on Friday. I want to see Jay White. And I want to see Cody. Yes, my tribal chief." And they go to turn to leave, and the Usos are there. Yeet, yeet, yeet. And Heyman goes, "Boys, just know, I know Ava and The Rock are going to pull something shady tonight. But just know the tribal chief and I, we still have your back tonight." And Jay goes, "Appreciate it, Oos. you know, we want to try to do this alone. But, you know, if things get dicey out there, it's good to know the tribal chiefs got our back. Hammond goes, indeed, you know, who'd have thought this time last year we'd be fighting the good fight together. But some things are bigger than family dispute. This thing that Dwayne's got going on here, we are the only people who can put an end to it. So, Jimmy J, good luck, and, yeet. Usos theme hits, and the gauntlet match begins. First match of the gauntlet gets a 70. Curt Hawkins and Matt Cardona come out as the first team in the gauntlet, and the Usos put them down pretty quickly with a 1D. 91 for Jimmy, 96 for Jay, 52 for Cardona, 55 for Hawkins. So yeah, one team down, and I don't think we ever announced how many teams are in it. So, a number of teams to go. But yeah, next up is, I believe, is it the Grizzled Young Vets? It's either them or the Fritz Brothers. Yeah, it's the Grizzled Young Vets. Gets an 80. You know, this match goes a little bit longer. And the Usos do pick up the win again. Pinning Jagger Reed with a 1D in 8 minutes and 1 second. 93 for Jimmy, 91 for Jay. He wasn't as good here. You know, he excelled in the quick win over Hawkins and Cardona. But, yeah, 93 for Jimmy, 91 for Jay, 76 for Jagger, 78 for Rip. 2 teams down for the Usos. Next up is, I think it might be the New Musketeers. It is. 88, holy fuck. Yes, this is the longest match so far. 14 minutes and 7 seconds. And the Usos win again. The Usos put Shinsuke down with a 1D in 14 minutes and 7. 95 for Jimmy, 93 for Jay, 42 for Shibata, 72 for Shinsuke. And yeah, another big win for the Usos. That's 3 teams down. But next up is the Gorillas of Destiny. They come out, Talatonga's with them. So you know some fucky business is going to go down here. You know, the former champions, the men the Usos beat. Can they get the gold back and end the Usos' run in this gauntlet match right here, right now? No. In an 80, Jey Uso pins Tamatonga with a 1D in 7 minutes 32. 98 for Jimmy, 100 for Jay, 55 for Tongaloa, and a 66 for Tamatonga. But yes, the Usos seemingly survived the gauntlet, you know, because this is The Rock's team. These are his boys, you know, so surely they're the last team in the gauntlet. And then after the match, the Gorillas of Destiny get the jump on the Usos. Big Talatonga gets into the ring as well. He starts attacking Jimmy and Jay as well. You know, all 3 of the Tongans going to work on the tag team champions. That's when Roman Reigns' music hits. He comes out. He makes the save. He spears Big Talatonga. He takes him down. He beats up Tamatonga. He spears Tongaloa. And the tribal chief whoops ass. He spears Talatonga again. And Roman leaves after laying out all of the Tongans and putting an end to Dwayne's master plan, because the Usos have come out on top here in the gauntlet match when the lights go out. And, you know, we hear some stirring in the ring. And then when the lights come back on, Jimmy Uso, he turns around and he's dropped with a black mass by Aleister Black. It seems there's one more team left in this gauntlet match. It's the House of Black. And Aleister has already got a cheap shot in on Jimmy. The Usos have been through hell against like 4 teams. And they've been laid out by a black mass. And the final match of the gauntlet, Aleister Black puts Jey Uso down with a black mass in 5 minutes 58. And we do ultimately have new ECW Tag Team Champions. The House of Black. 95 for Jimmy. 96 for Jay. 72 for Brody. 81 for Aleister. This will probably spoil something, I guess, in a segment next week, but Ciampa is also a champion. We're going to freebird it with the House of Black like we did last time they were champions. Yeah. The Usos title reign was mainly for the moment. I wanted that moment, like, of them winning the belts, but the reign was never, supposed to be anything, like, special. Because they're factored into WrestleMania plans that don't involve the Tag Team Championship, so I had to quickly get the belts off them to somebody else. It also couldn't be, just the Tongans winning them back for the same reason. So I had to pick a heel team. You have to take it. Originally, this was going to be Shinsuke and Shibata, but I started to like, the House of Black shit I was doing with them, and the amount of times I've rebooted them, it would have been dumb to eventually bring them back and just have them not win anything. So they felt like the right choice in the end. So yeah, the House of Black, new tag team champions, and the Usos robbed of their championships here tonight. Did The Rock send the House of Black after the Usos? Who knows? But we do have new champions to end ECW. 78-rated show. Yeah, nice little gauntlet, so it's a pretty quick show here tonight. And we're on the build to Roadblock. We've got one more show, one from ECW left before we get there. What matters more than what you thought of the show? Do let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for SmackDown. See you then.